Hey guys, Craig McCormick here from DestructivePixels.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about the one thing I think any serious photographer should be carrying around with them at all times. And no, it's not the answer you might be expecting. So I alluded to it in the intro here, but I just want to get it out of the way. I am not talking about bringing your camera with you wherever you go. Sounds like a good idea, but that's a debate for another time. The one thing I want to talk to you about today is this, more particularly the stuff that's inside it. Business cards. Now, you might be screaming at your screen right now and saying, Craig, I'm not a business person, I don't need business cards. Well, if you take yourself at least a little bit seriously, you almost certainly have a Facebook page or a Twitter account or a website or some sort of portfolio, and you want to be able to direct people to your work, especially if you take it seriously. Now, that's where business cards really come into play. Now, before I get started into any of this, I want to implore you, do not go and get cheap business cards. Don't go and look at those ads that you see on TV for a get free 50 business cards with using this code, because those cards are crap. They're thin, they're badly printed, they're just awful paper, it's mostly plastic surrounding it, and they just never feel good. I've lost count of the amount of times I have met photographers that have given me those cards and they're completely unmemorable, or they don't even have cards and you completely forget their name. Because, you know, we're human, we forget people's names all the time, and that's why business cards exist to a point. But I want to talk to you about the cards that are inside this case here. Now these are Moo cards. Many people have actually heard of the company Moo, and these are their LUXE range of cards. I'll talk more particularly about the cards in a minute, but I love these cards. I love Moo in particular, but I think their cards, especially their LUXE range of products, are a complete product range in of themselves. They are amazing. But before I jump onto the cards themselves, I want to talk about this. This is a card case, and it's a nice black professional soft case. Now, I've started using this a while back because the amount of times that we have got business cards from people's wallets or stuff like that. And what happens oftentimes is the cards are bent, they're warped, the ink is rubbed off, or even worse, the ink from the actual wallet themselves is rubbed on the cards, and they never look professional. Because if you don't take your cards seriously, you don't care for them, what's to say that you take care of your business properly? Because your cards are your first point of contact many times for someone. So make sure you get yourself a really nice case, and in particular, that's reason why I love this case. It looks professional, because when you show someone this nice case and you pull this out of your pocket, they go, hey, do you have a business card? And you pull this thing out, it already looks like you give a damn well before they've even looked at any of your work. So definitely, if you're going to invest in cards, invest in a good quality case and carry around with you everywhere you go, because there's no point having nice cards in a nice case if you don't carry it around with you. So definitely check out the cases. But let's get on to the actual cards themselves that I was talking about. Now, these are Moo LUXE cards, like I mentioned before. They are nice, thick cards on really high gauge paper. These are so tactile and lovely. And actually, a feature I do like about these cards is you can actually, I don't know if you'll be able to pull it up on camera, but there is different colors that you can get in between the two pieces of paper. You can get them in 4 different colors. I think it's blue, red, black, and white, if white's a color. But these are super nice. I've actually seen it many times where someone has had one of my cards, and when they get it in their hands, it becomes a tactile thing, because most cards are not like this. They are definitely not like this thickness. These are like 2-3 times as thick as normal business cards. And when someone gets it, they're immediately start looking and feeling the paper and the cards themselves before they even look at the information. It's very much like how people perceive prints when they get a print for the first time, and they're not actually looking at the picture, they're actually feeling the paper, and it becomes a tactile thing. And that's where these cards really do present their value, because people remember them. They go, oh yeah, I remember that really nice thick card. It's tactile. It becomes a thing they want to keep. And that's why I really like these, because you're much less likely to throw these kind of cards away because they actually feel substantial. But one of the other reasons why I like Moo is because, as you can see here, I've got a picture on one side and I've got all my information on the other. It's my email, contact information, all the rest of it. Now, I bought these cards in a pack of 50. Now, I could just have one side all my information and the other side all the same pictures, and that would have been one set price. But with Moo, I actually did multiple different pictures on the one side, and I printed 50 cards. I could have done 50 different images. Now, most card companies would have charged me extra to do different pictures on one side. Moo is the exact same price, set. That's what I really like about Moo. The fact that they are just here. You're a photographer, you're a designer. Let's have multiple designs on one side. As long as one side is always the same, you can have as many different sides on the other. And that is a cool little feature. Now, this case here that I have holds 6 of these LUXE cards. And what I really do, and what I do with this case in particular, and the reason I bought this case, is because it does this whole fanning thing. You know, because you can fan your cards out. And this is actually a trick I learned from RC Concepcion of Kelby 1. And it's a cool little trick that I've utilized multiple times. When someone asks for a business card from you, you can immediately, you know, they perceive and they see the case and they go, oh wow, that looks like a really nice case. And then you can go, they say, hey, do you have a business card? You can go, yeah, sure. Which one would you like? And you instantly set yourself apart because you're presenting them with your portfolio at this point. Now, as I said, I've got 6 cards here, and that's pretty much the max in terms of what I would do as a photographer for different images, because any more than that and it can be a little bit overwhelming to pick a certain card. But the psychological trick that I picked up from RC is, one, obviously you're presenting your portfolio, so they're already looking at your work before going on your website, which is a great little trick. It gets you ahead of the game in that aspect. But one other thing that you can do, especially if the person you're speaking to is a potential client, you can then start to gauge what images they like, because they can start looking through essentially a stripped down version of your portfolio. You can start looking through these cards and they'll pick the one that they like best. And from that, you can start to gauge what they like and what kind of work they want to see from you. So that is a cool little trick that I picked up from RC, which has become invaluable for me. I've met a lot of photographers that have seen the way that I present this and they are blown away by it. And it's something that I really enjoy doing. It makes yourself stand apart by presenting yourself professionally from the get-go. Now, if you want to check out Moo's cards, I actually have a 10% discount code for you guys. I've put it in the links down below in the description. Now, in order to be transparent and honest with you guys, I do get a little kickback from Moo, but it's in credit, and all that will be is to just buy more cards in the future. But I just want to be honest with you guys, I do get a discount from it, I do get credit, and you get a discount of 10% on your order. So please check that out if you're interested at all in looking at Moo's cards. They have a whole bunch of different product ranges, but the one I would really recommend you checking out is the LUXE range. They are a little bit more expensive than standard business cards, but they do set you apart for that very reason. Now, if you have got any tips on the way that you present yourself professionally, or if you've got any little techniques that you use, put them in the comments below. I love to hear what you guys do. I'm always on the lookout for something new to make myself look like I actually care, because I do really care about my work, not just here on YouTube, but my photography as well. So hopefully you found this useful. I've been Craig McCormick, and I'll catch you in the next one.